Social media is usually the first impression that a consumer is going to have with your business, so let's make sure it's a good one. In this video, we're going to talk exactly step by step about how to dial in your perfect bio for your Instagram account. If you are a real estate agent, this is a must watch, so stay tuned. And hey, if we haven't met yet, I'm Stefanie Lugo, and welcome to my channel where I am obsessed with helping you grow your real estate business using the latest social media and business systems strategies. If you're into that kind of thing, be sure to hit subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit that bell notification icon to be notified every time I'm dropping new videos just like this. I can't tell you how many times I'm scrolling away on the gram or talking to a real estate agent about Instagram and I pull up their account and there's, let's just say, a lot of room for improvement on their Instagram account or their bio or whatever you want to call that profile area. Now, we really don't want to overlook this space because, as I mentioned at the top of this video, this is a lot of times going to be the first impression that consumers will have with your real estate business. So you have only about 4 to 7 seconds of people scanning your profile on Instagram before they decide whether or not they care enough to either follow you or engage with more of your content. So in this video, we're gonna walk through a couple of tips to clean that all up, make sure we tighten in your Instagram bio so that it is perfectly poised to connect with more buyers and sellers in your market. So we'll just start from the top and work our way down. Let's begin with your profile picture and the name field, okay? Now the profile picture is easy enough, but this is kind of a big deal because as simple as it seems, a lot of agents get this wrong. Now, if you have not had a updated headshot in the last 3 years or so, this is a great time to get that done. And I don't want you to think that you have to go down to JCPenney and get one of those glamour shots in front of the backdrop. This can be as relaxed of a photo as you want. I actually really enjoy lifestyle type photos, and you'll see from my feed and my account that this is kind of our brand. So I want you to feel free to do what feels right here, but you should have an updated headshot. And my tip for you here is this should be the same headshot that you're using across all of your agent profiles. So for example, if you have a Zillow agent profile and a Facebook business page and a Yelp profile and your website, this should be the same headshot that you're using across all platforms, because even if somebody's referred to you, they're going to be doing a lot of web sleuthing to check you out online, right? And we want to make it as easy as possible for them to find your accounts, and just as simple as having an image that is going to be consistent across all these different platforms is really going to help create a more consistent brand for you here. So that's tip number one. Now, the thing that you should know about the name field is, number one, it should be brand centric, and the most important part of your brand is your name. So your name should be in here, but this is also a keyword rich field. Now, what I mean by that is, if you're familiar with SEO and the way that search engines like Google kind of reverse search websites for keywords to index them and help present them to people who are searching for websites, Instagram does the same thing. So depending on the words that you're including in your captions, the words that you're speaking in your videos, in your stories, and on other types of content on your profile, and the words that you are typing in the bio, including the name field, those are keyword areas that perform like SEO for Instagram. And so, beyond having your name here, I would also encourage you to include another keyword specific to either your area or your industry. So this might look like adding keywords such as Phoenix real estate or Arizona realtor, okay? That way you have one more opportunity to give Instagram that data point or tell them exactly what kind of account you are, so they are better able to suggest you to others who are looking for that kind of information on Instagram. All right, next we have our bio, and this is the main area where you can add a little bit of a description. You get up to 150 characters at the time of this recording to kind of explain who you are, where you are, who you serve, what you do, all of that good stuff. Now, you want to make this as clear and concise as possible. Now, this needs to be really reflective of your brand story, which, if you have not really dove into yet, this is the most critical part of your overall marketing strategy. And as a real estate business, this is your ability to articulate why somebody should hire you over your competition. All right, and this is something that we work on quite often in the Market Authority Academy. The agents that I mentor in the Market Authority Academy are masters masters at understanding exactly how to articulate why somebody should hire them over their competition, which is why my agents perform so well in their business and why so many of my agents have doubled or tripled their businesses in a matter of months. If you're into that kind of thing, you can book a time to schedule a discovery call with me. We can discuss if working together in that area is a good fit. But if you want to go ahead and do it as a DIY approach, that's cool too. Just make sure you are really dialing in the characters here and the words that are available to you in this space to make sure that you are very clear on exactly who you are, exactly who you serve, and how you do it differently. You can check out mine and see how we kind of dial this in on our account and how we make this really clear and relevant for our brand and our market. Now let's talk about that link in bio. The ever notorious link in bio. Everybody gets one link and it only goes to one place, so choose wisely. If you have a great website that has everything that you want on it, like a home search tool and a lead capture function and maybe a blog or an area where you have your YouTube videos or other types of content, you can definitely send them to that site. Or if you're promoting something, for example, you can send them to that as well. So maybe you're going to send people to an opt-in for your MailChimp email newsletter, for example. But otherwise, what you might want to check out is any of these great free services that offer to create a curated landing page for you where you can actually include a bunch of different links like mine. Now, as of this moment, as of the recording, I'm using a service called Linktree. I'll link to it below so that you can check it out. It's totally free, it's very easy, and it allows me to include multiple different links to different offers that I might have at any given time. Now, why does this truly matter? Well, if you're gonna generate a lead on Instagram, it's either going to happen in the direct messages where you're having a conversation and you say something to the effect of, you know what, we should really book a time to discuss this further. What's a great email and phone number that I can reach you at? You've then generated a lead. But not everybody is going to be ready to do that. And some people want to do a little more exploring or a little more self-paced education before reaching out to you directly for their home sale or home purchase. And so to be able to have an offer where those people can kind of do that exploring on their own and maybe check out some gated content like a search site that requires them to search on or register before they can search on so that you get their contact information as a lead, that's a really great way to generate those leads as well, even when you're not actively conversing with people. I hope that makes sense, and if it doesn't, just leave me a comment. I'll walk you through it here in the comment section, but this is a really important step to making sure that you're generating leads and giving your audience ways to learn more about you and naturally take that next step in the journey. So as we make our way down, the next portion is our stories highlights. This is a really great area just to give your audience a kind of a shortcut into the most important highlight reels that you offer from your content on Instagram. So check out mine. I have a whole bunch here, and there's a mix of personal and business stories highlights that others can check out at any time. Now, these are clips that I've added into my stories, which usually disappear after 24 hours, but when you add them to your highlights, they're there forever. So it's kind of funny actually, because sometimes I will get direct messages from people watching stories that I posted over 2 years ago. And so it's great to be able to cherry pick some of the best of your content on the stories and include them here in your highlights. Now, last week, I shared a video of how to establish yourself as a listing agent and generate seller leads on Instagram. So if you're farming an area, this is a no-brainer place to have a stories highlight about that farm area. Kind of think about different opportunities that you can utilize this real estate on your profile to make sure that you are leveraging all the power that this platform has for you for free. Okay, and finally, we have multiple pages of content right before the feed. Now, if you look here on this example, there are going to be some icons above the actual feed timeline of my profile where you have the ability to interact with all different mediums of content that Instagram allows you to create. And I want you to really look at all the different types of content that you can create on Instagram and get really consistent in posting the gamut, okay? So as of this recording, you can have tabs for any number of types of content, which are posts to the feed, Instagram guides, Instagram reels, Instagram TV, and finally, different posts that people have tagged you in. Now you should regard these as like pages to your website. This is actually something that Chelsea Pites told us when she did a private workshop for us in the Market Authority Academy this last month. And she walked us through exactly how to utilize all these different pages. If you don't follow Chelsea, she's awesome. She has a ton of really great content on her feed. Shout out to Chelsea. But I love how she kind of discussed this with us as pages of a website, and that format works perfectly. So imagine being able to have like a type of YouTube channel on your Instagram feed just through IGTV, and then really resourceful guides through the Instagram guides tab, and then short and funny clips using Reels, and then your blog type post with really long captions that is very content rich and very value rich for those who want to read more about the topics that you're posting about, right? Like there's so many different mediums of content that you can create that will cater to all the different segments in your audience. And it's important to be utilizing these different features because they are naturally going to be better conversation starters, and they're going to lead that potential client further down the pipeline until they get so warmed up by your content that they are reaching out in your direct messages and asking to book appointments with you for them to hire you for their real estate needs. It really is that simple, right? So I challenge you to take some time today, go through these tips, make sure your Instagram profile is really dialed in. And then if you're missing the mark here, just make a goal for yourself over the next 90 days to really hit it hard. Maybe in terms of beefing up the different content selections that you have on your feed, or just making sure that you're dialing in your brand in general to have it more clear and concise in your bio description. So what do you think? Tell me which tip you are most excited about trying in the comments. I love having conversations with you there. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you are going to try from these tips this week. And hey, if you're looking for a little more help in this area and you want to see how we can help you double or triple your business this year in the Market Authority Academy, book your coaching consultation with me below. The links are all there in the caption, and we can hop on a quick call, you and I, discuss how we can make it happen for you this year. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, keep on crushing it.